Hey, folks, welcome to the Common Sense Conservative. And today's podcast is going to be just a little update. And again, I'm practicing on the new software, trying to work out bugs and just trying to get my proverbial shit together on being able to upload videos and not just audio links and send them directly to the YouTube channel. So while doing this, I'm just going to touch base on a few things that are happening currently. I see that as of moments ago, Elon Musk has stepped down as CEO of Twitter. And, I have not gotten wrapped up in this Twitter debacle. I am on Twitter, and I think it is a useful platform. I am not falling prey to it used to be a left-wing platform. Now it's a right-wing platform. Yes, I'm sure that things that are coming out about it being used by the federal government to limit information that was out, I'm pretty sure that's probably true. But if you know me or if you don't know me, I'm very investigative. And I look at everything as if it has to be prosecuted in a court of law, and I'm looking for facts. But some of the stuff that Musk put out in the files looks pretty bad. And whether there are things that have broken the law, I do not know. I try not to rush to judgment. I do. I got a big mouth, and I do rush to judgment from time to time. But as far as him stepping down. He had the survey. I went to the survey and I said, no, I didn't think it's his business. Let him run it the way he wants to run it. I run my businesses the way, I want, and I think he should run his the way he wants. So that's one thing. Another thing that I was looking at was we've had some tweets about activating the National Guard to go down and to do border patrol type stuff. And, this is coming from people who know nothing about the military or nothing about security or nothing. It's just simply, it's just grifting. They don't know. They really don't know shit. And unfortunately, I've actually been on the border as a military member in having a role in counter drug operations and actually surveilling the border, and that's the border of Arizona. And it's iffy at best, and it pulled me away from being at home. And I don't know what we accomplished, frankly. So if you put your finger in one leak, the next thing you know, you're the Dutch boy, and you're putting your finger in another leak, and then a finger in another leak, and a finger in another leak. So, it's great talk from a state representative or a state senator about we should do this or we should do that. But I just think they're way over their head when it comes to talking about security issues. So it'd be nice if you actually had some experience in anything. Trying to think of what else is going on in Idaho today or in the nation. I know they're going after Trump for January 6th panel, and I'm waiting for facts. I mean, just want to see how things turn out there. See what the panel turns up. Panels are typically divided, meaning that there's a little bit of Democrats, a little bit of Republicans, and I think this panel is probably a little jaded and in their views. But once you get on those committee panels, and you have the ability to, as we saw with the Russian hoax theory, it is very possible for you to use the power of those panels for subpoena, and you can kind of create um, law breaking situations simply by just moving forward and pursuing people and getting them scared. So that's kind of going on. Um, you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about the new legislative session coming up and all the new folks that are involved. I had Senator Chris Trakel on recently, and we didn't talk a ton of politics. We just talked about being veterans. So nothing super political there, but I'm going to be critical of the new ones coming in. I'm going to be critical of the old ones that are there. I always have been. I always will be. So it's nothing, one-sided or jaded. It's just simply being critical and hoping that I am not an optimistic person. I'm just really not. But I truly am hoping that these folks can get their shit together and get organized. Right now, they're going after or trying to put together something for, they're saying it's not a school voucher system, but it's a way to take tax money and put it into private schools. And, I kind of want the voters to speak on it. I want to know, because both sides of the issue are putting out surveys, and I'm not 100% sure that those surveys are legitimate. You can make a survey twist any way you want, based on who you are surveying. And so I personally, I think I'd like to see the vote on it. And if the majority of the people, would vote in favor of that, then so be it. It is what it is. Same thing goes with marijuana. I absolutely, unequivocally do not want marijuana in the state. I think it'd just be the worst thing ever. But, again, you got to put it in front of people to vote. So on the funding of private schools, I don't think it pencils out in the long run. I just don't see that happening for the good of Idaho school children in the long run. But again, I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. I just don't think it pencils out. What I am afraid of first and foremost is, quote unquote, far right wingers who have been in the private industry, then basically creating a private school or multiple private schools, probably home based, that have the ability to funnel money. And, regular everyday taxpayers, even those folks that don't have children, taking that money and putting their children in, a private school. So I've got a lot of issues with it. There's a lot of boxes that have to be checked. And then again, I think if we're giving taxpayer money to an institution, then we as an education department should be able to, and I say we, I'm not part of any of it, but I'm saying as a whole, as a taxpayer, we should be able to ask questions and look at curriculum, etc. So we should have access to their books if they're taking public taxpayer dollars. So that's kind of how I look at that. And, we'll just see how it goes. Voters have put these people in place. And all I can say is I hope that they made the right choice. I think in some cases they may have, in some cases they more than likely did not. I think overall the experience level of those that they put in office is extremely low, probably lower than it has ever been. But politics tends to be a popularity contest and not a contest of facts and past performance. So it is what it is. I'm just going to see what happens, and hopefully for the betterment of Idaho, they do the right thing. And as always, I'm going to keep an eye on resource committee where, they have the opportunity to mess with and screw up the things that I hold near and dear, which is, the outdoors here in Idaho. So we'll see. I'll keep my eyes on it. May even move the podcast downtown. I know I have audio resources down there. I just don't know if I have video, and I'm kind of hoping to be able to do the simultaneous video audio thing at once. So that's pretty much the update for now. Again, mostly using this as a test to see if I can work out my audio video issues and simultaneously upload to YouTube, which is the Common Sense Conservative, and it's out there. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do, and I hope everything is well on your side. And thanks for listening, folks. I'm going to wrap this up. Let me tell you where we're at. So we're on Spotify, we're on Apple. The audio version is pretty much on all avenues. Where if you look up Brock for Idaho, you'll pull up the Common Sense Conservative, and you'll be able to listen to all my past podcasts. We're 2 years into this now, and again, I've got some commitments from some pretty decent people coming in, and I'm going to continue to work for more. And if you have any suggestions, then go ahead and hit us up on Podpage, which is brock4idaho.com, FOR, and you'll be able to send us an email and tell us who you'd like to have on the page. And, so I'll try to get as many guests on as possible. All right, folks, thanks. Stay warm.